Hello and welcome to the page on whitelisting instructions that you have found by selecting the Stay in Touch tab from your menu bar. This is actually one of the most underrated and probably most important pages in the entire back office. The reason why is because this page and the instructions on this page will ensure that you receive all of the proper communications from MyFunLIFE Corporate, newsletters, announcements, deals, steals, or anything else that you should know about, with the intention, of course, to build yourself a massive, massive business. Whitelisting instructions are instructions that you give to your email provider. For example, it might be America Online, it could be Earthlink, it might be Gmail, it might be Hotlink or Hotmail, MSN, or Yahoo, that will tell that email provider that you want to receive messages from this particular email address. Now, we make this very simple at MyFunLIFE by sending pretty much every email that we send out to you from corporate from one single email address, which is notice@massiveteambuilder.com. Now, you don't have to remember this or anything like that at all, but you will have to copy it so that you can paste it and use it as the whitelisting instructions actually indicate. Now, this video is to serve to give you an overview of all of the information that you'll actually find on this particular page. But in general, just know that whitelisting, or the process of putting an email address on a whitelist, again, is just to tell your email provider that you do, in fact, want to receive email from anyone sending from this particular address. If you want to find out a lot more detailed information about it, you can come over here. It'll bring you to Wikipedia, and you can read all about what whitelisting is. But we'll skip that for now to make this very simple. Let me show you how this is done, and I won't go into an actual email client because it is pretty simple here, but I'll just randomly pick out Gmail as something that we want to actually whitelist. Now, if I was going to do this, I'm going to come over here, I'm going to highlight this, I'm going to right click on this particular text that I've selected. I'll hit copy, and then I'm going to go into the Gmail instructions. Now, I would have to log into my Gmail or my Google Mail in order to follow these directions, but as you can see, they're all very clearly laid out. And at the top, we have a similar instruction for AOL, Yahoo, MSN by Microsoft, Hotmail, Earthlink, and others as well. And the process is really all the same for all of them in general. What you'll do is, if you're in Gmail, for example, you're going to want to add this email address as a contact. So inside of your Gmail, you'll go to Contacts. It may look like this in your Gmail browser when you open up your Gmail section. And you'll go into your contacts list. A lot of times the contacts is actually on the left-hand side. Gmail changes around the way that the way that it looks to check your email. But in general, you can find contacts. You'll open up your contacts section, and then you're going to add a contact. And that really is as simple as this is, but we'll go a few steps further. You're going to add an email address into that contact. And with that email that we just had, notice@massiveteambuilder, you'll simply paste it into the email section. You might want to put on, you could give it a name if you wanted to, MyFunLIFE or MyFunLIFE Corporate or whatever you want to do, and click on Add a Contact. That's pretty much as simple as it's going to be. You can also, and I do highly recommend that you do, nobody will get the email, but you can also send an email to notice@massiveteambuilder.com, and that's another way to tell Gmail or Yahoo or MSN or whoever it is that you actually do want to receive email from it, because the email client like Gmail is smart enough nowadays to know, well, if you sent an email to it, it's probably okay to get email back. Now, one final thing that we want to actually cover is spam and email messages going into your spam folder. This is something that you probably have to stay on top of a little bit as you're getting started in MyFunLIFE, or in anything else for that matter that you would want to have not go into your spam folder, but you do want to have it go into your main folder. You might find messages initially. It's not uncommon to find messages initially from MyFunLIFE or any other company like that in your spam folder. So please check your spam folder pretty often, maybe daily or something like that. Just give it a quick notice and see that you're not getting messages from MyFunLIFE in your spam folder. And all that you got to do is, if you find one, for example, this is not MyFunLIFE, but just kind of a silly example here. If this was whoever it would be that you that sent a message that's in spam, you simply check the box, and then you go up to more actions here, or down below there is a button in Gmail that says not spam. And that's pretty much about how you do that. You got to kind of stay on top of it a little bit. Yahoo's going to be pretty much the same way. Again, you're going to add an address, or you're going to go to addresses instead of contacts, they call it. Add a new contact. You're going to put in the email address. Again, you may or may not name it. And all of these are going to have the same basic process, and that is MSN is a little bit different. You're going to go into junk email and then safe list. But if you follow all of these different instructions, it's very, very simple, very, very easy to do to make sure that any notice that we send from MyFunLIFE is going to have the best chance of going into your inbox where it's most important to you, where you're actually going to be able to see it. Again, you can read through all the directions here, but once you finish all of this, simply click down below that you have completed the steps above. And once you do that, it's going to bring you over to a little thank you page, I believe, here. It brings you back to the home page here, and that's all that there is to it. Okay, thanks for watching the instructions for whitelisting instructions. Take care.